guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Leah and I'm the owner of Mersicookware. I'm here to show you how I use all my many wonderful cookware sets. Today we're going to be making some jollof rice, a perfect Ghana jollof, and I'm going to be using the Obapa set. Watch me make it. I'm going to go from seasoning the beef into frying it and making the stew and then finally making that perfect jollof. Watch me as I go. Follow along. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna start off by cutting up our onions, ginger, and as you can see in the bowl, I add some peppers, so sweet peppers, and I also add some actual habanero peppers. And I'm also adding in all my natural seasoning. So there's cloves, there is, okay, don't mind my sister, okay? She wanted to make an appearance. But I put cloves, I put coriander, there's fennel seed, fenuk. I love all those seasonings. Once you add it to a meat, there's no way it's not gonna taste good. So over here, I'm just adding in my seasoning. You're welcome to use whatever seasoning that you prefer, but I have specific seasonings that I like. I'll list all those seasonings in the bottom, so make sure to check out the seasonings, okay? Our meat is nice and cooked. It's ready, it's tender. Look at how juicy they look. Don't worry about the stock being thick, because that's all the good juices in there, and that's what's gonna make your jollof a jollof. So we're gonna fry our meat now in the same pot that we're gonna cook the jollof in, and the same oil, so that we can leave all the impurities in the oil and make the jollof even more flavorful. One wonderful feature about the Obapa sets is the handles do not get hot when you're cooking, so you never have to worry about, burning your hands or anything like that. At this point, my meat is ready. It's nice and brown and toasty. So I'm taking them out, and then we're gonna throw in the onions, and then the real deal begins. That's when we start making the actual jollof. This is only the beginning aspect, and now we're gonna get into the real deal. So stay tuned. So we're putting in our onions next. Look at those perfect red onions. I cut them with the Obapa kitchen knife set. Don't worry, I'm gonna leave the links below, so make sure you check them out. We're almost sold out of the knife sets, so grab yours before they're all gone. So making a jollof, I always throw in my curry powder with the onions. I don't know why, I just prefer it like that. I don't know how you do yours. Do share, and let me know. Next, I'm gonna throw in some bay leaves, and I'm gonna throw in some rosemary, and then the last one is oregano. You can use whatever you pick, right? But I like these seasonings, so I throw them in and I season it while the onion is cooking. So while the onion is cooking or frying, I like to go back and put my habaneros and sweet peppers together, and I blend it and I pour it in when the onions are nice and brown. So after this fries down, we'll throw in the tomatoes next, and then we're gonna put in the meat stock and taste first before we add any more seasoning if we need to, and if we don't have to, then the rice goes in. I pre-cook my tomatoes before I add it in the stew, right? And typically I use a tomato paste, so I will add water to it and boil it so that it doesn't taste sour. And when the stew is ready, when the base is ready, I pour the tomatoes into it, and then we're good to go, right? So here I am, putting the tomatoes in. And one other really cool feature about the Obapa set is how big they are, right? Because the pot that I boiled the tomato in was very big. And still, we have lots of room here to add in the stock and get our jollof stew on the way, right? I like to always make big batches of stew to store some for later. So that's what we're doing right now. So I tasted it, and now I'm adding a little bit more seasoning to it. Make sure you taste it for salt and for taste and all of that before you add any extra seasoning. So now I'm gonna split up my stew into two, and we're gonna keep one for later, and we're gonna make the jollof rice in the other one. Always wash your rice. You see how wet my hands are? It's because I washed the rice. And part of that is to make sure that it's clean, because we don't know what's in the rice. So when you wash it, you can avoid any germs or anything like that getting into your rice. Another really cool feature about their Bapa set is it's stainless steel. So that means you don't have to worry about any particles getting into your rice. Okay. Over here, we're covering it with some paper, parchment paper, and then I'm gonna put the lid back on. And then my other trick that I use is I put this dish, earthenware they call it, on top so that I could trap the heat some more. And that way the rice cooks faster. Please also lower the heat and let it take its time to cook. So after about 30-40 minutes, because it's a big batch of rice, I'm gonna go check it and turn it around. I don't stir it very much because I don't like my rice broken up. So I probably check it once or twice before the rice is ready. We're gonna cover it back up again and we're gonna let it cook. Try and give yourself some space in the pot when you're cooking your rice, because as the rice cooks, it will expand. The rice is just about ready, so I'm gonna throw in some meat, and voila, our perfect Ghana Jollof is nice and ready. I hope that wasn't too bad. We are done with making the jollof. We used your Bapa set all along. I hope that wasn't too hard for you to follow along. All you need is low heat and you're good to go. Look at how delicious this looks. We're gonna taste it and make sure it tastes like it looks. So let's see. This is so good. Make your own Ghana Jollof and your Bapa set. See you soon.